thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
The Arab League strongly opposes President Donald Trump's potential United States embassy move to Jerusalem. On Tuesday, Arab League foreign ministers adopted a resolution condemning any attempt to move diplomatic missions to Jerusalem, saying that such a move would be an explicit attack on the rights of Palestinians, Muslims, and Christians. The League also claimed that such action would violate the Fourth Geneva Convention and relevant UN Security Council resolutions. During his presidential campaign, U.S. President Donald Trump broke long-standing U.S. foreign policy and pledged to relocate the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem. On Sunday, U.S. Congressman Ron DeSantis, chairman of the Subcommittee on National Security, met with Israeli leaders to examine the possibility of such a move. After meeting with the congressman, Israel's Deputy Foreign Minister Tzipi Hotovely said that she was optimistic that such a move would happen. Israel captured the West Bank and East Jerusalem in 1967, later annexing East Jerusalem, a move that to this day has not been recognized by the international community. United States Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley is making good on the Trump administration's promise to back Israel up at the United Nations. Haley's just met with Palestinian UN envoy Riyad Mansour to discuss the possibility of renewing peace negotiations with Israel, but not through the UN. Tweeting after the meeting, Haley wrote that the Palestinians should, quote, meet with Israel in direct negotiation rather than looking to the UN to deliver results that can only be achieved through the two parties. The U.S. is committed to supporting a true peace process between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian ambassador said his 45-minute meeting with Haley was cordial, but this kind of approach from the U.S. is certainly a far cry from the last administration's policy, which participated in the French initiative last January, where neither Israel nor the Palestinian Authority were even represented. Ambassador Haley went on to say that while they supported a two-state solution, the U.S. will be thinking out of the box as well. Ambassador Mansour has reportedly agreed to continue discussions. It seems the new United States approach to Middle East peace isn't the only thing Israel agrees with, as Israeli Defense Minister Avigdor Lieberman has just met with his U.S. counterpart Secretary of Defense James Mattis at the Pentagon to request a more, quote, active America in the region. Aside from Iran, Syria, and Iraq, Lebanon was reportedly one of the more hot topics during the talks. Lieberman charges that the Iranian-backed terrorist group Hezbollah has the Lebanese military working as another branch. The United Nations slammed Lebanese President Aoun, who on Egyptian television said, quote, as long as the Lebanese army is not strong enough to battle Israel, we feel the need for Hezbollah's existence, end quote. Such remarks violate the terms of UN Resolution 1701, which bans Lebanon to support such militias. Resolution 1701 is part of a larger ceasefire agreement that ended the Israeli-Lebanon war in 2006. A Jordanian soldier who murdered 7 Israeli schoolgirls 20 years ago is set to be released next week, possibly as early as Monday. Ahmed Dakamseh was sentenced to life in prison in 1997 for murdering 7 Israeli schoolgirls who'd been on a school trip visiting the Hashemite kingdom. During his trial, a military court had deemed Dakamseh mentally unstable and sentenced him to life in prison, but Jordanian lawmakers have in the past lobbied for his early release. In 1997, Jordan's ruler King Hussein traveled to Israel and met with parents of the victims to express his condolences. The shooting had taken place at the Island of Peace border post just 3 years after the two countries had signed a historic peace treaty. As a potential election looms, the center-left party Yesh Atid gains 7 rural council chiefs. In a celebratory press conference in Tel Aviv, Yair Lapid, the party's chairman, said it was a happy day for the party to introduce the heads of the Golan, Bnei Shimon, and several other regional councils. Lapid went on to stress that these new party members would help Yesh Atid focus on problems relating to the country's periphery communities. Golan Regional Council Chair Eli Malka, arguably the most high-profile of the 7, said that joining Yesh Atid would help the rural communities represented by the council heads. While the party has targeted voters on both sides of the political spectrum, Yesh Atid's surge is believed to be largely at the expense of the left-leaning Zionist Union, which polls predict would lose over half of its constituents to Yesh Atid if an election were to take place soon. Though a general election isn't scheduled until spring of 2019, many analysts believe that an election could take place much earlier if Netanyahu is indicted as a result of the 2 ongoing criminal investigations against him or the slew of other governmental scandals. Yesh Atid was formed by Yair Lapid in 2012 and took 19 seats in the 2013 election for the Knesset, becoming the second largest party and joining Likud in the coalition. However, in 2015, he lost 8 seats and became part of the parliamentary opposition.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.